All right, so the last preseason game is tonight, and I'm going to tell you what I think of the Lakers as of now, right? Before the last preseason game. The Lakers got too much bullshit in them. They mind-fucked themselves too much, right? And a lot of you wonder what I mean by that. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So the Lakers had a back-to-back, which is unique in preseason, but they had a back-to-back. And they decided not to play Luka, and not to play the players, the starters who played the previous game, not to play them in this back-to-back. Stop bullshitting yourself, okay? Playing a back-to-back right now is not the same as playing a back-to-back game 72 and 73 when you know that your seed matters and all your players got to play 40 minutes. Stop bullshitting yourselves, okay? Lakers, JJ Redick, all the players, stop bullshitting yourself, okay? Because playing in a back-to-back in the preseason, in which you have not played with DeAndre Ayton, you have not played with Marcus Smart, you have not played with Jake LaRavia, right? Playing in the preseason 15 minutes in one game and 22 minutes in the next is not the same as playing games 78 and 79, in which you need those games to avoid the play-in, and you know you're going to play Luka and DeAndre Ayton 40 minutes each game. Stop bullshitting yourselves. So, if the Lakers were to play Luka and DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, right, in the one game and then play in the back-to-back game in the preseason, did they play back-to-backs? Yes, they played back-to-backs. That's a fact. Now, what's the truth? The truth is they played 17 minutes each game. That's what the Lakers got to get over to stop floating in this play-in and one game away from being in the play-in type mode. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm taking away from this preseason, is that the Lakers aren't done bullshitting themselves to the point that they could excel and escalate themselves to being a championship contender. That's what I'm taking from this preseason. And the other teams that I see, right, in the preseason, the other teams I see, they have the sense of urgency the Lakers do not have. The Lakers do not see... Look, when you saw Marcus Smart score 0 points on 0 shots, what is that a function of? How the fuck do you have a player like Marcus Smart get up 0 shots and score 0 points? That is a system thing. That is a function of a player who doesn't know where to be, who doesn't know where to get his shot up. Why the hell are you going into the regular season and you got a player who is probably as vital as Marcus Smart could be, and he don't know where to get his shots, and he don't know where to be, and he's not in a system that has incorporated him? You got one preseason game left, and this is what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of you will say, well, it's just the regular season. It's just the preseason. Well, preseason is where you figure out shit against real live competition. Every player that gets on that court is giving 100%. Every player. So you got the opposition who's giving you 100%, not practice. Not practice. In game, 100% they're giving you. The opposition is giving you. You have a chance to practice against that. And you're going to bullshit yourself into believing that you can't play Luka back-to-backs. The fuck is a back-to-back in the preseason for Luka Doncic? 18 minutes each game? And you're stuck in this mode. Look, man, the NBA has passed the Lakers by a little bit. Where the league has gone, it has passed the Lakers by. The Lakers are starting to become that organization that can't get out of their own way. Right? So, for many years, you look at like the New York Knicks, the Philadelphia 76ers, teams that have a fantastic legacy. And it's like they just can't get out of their... Why can't they get out of their own way? Because they move in an antiquated fashion. This whole thing that the Lakers are on, in which, oh yeah, we're just going to rest our main guys for the first 2 preseason games, and then we're going to incorporate them slowly, you know, as the preseason goes on, You know, look, and granted, I get it. LeBron's injured. I respect that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I saw Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg and everybody who could play on Dallas play. I saw injury, in my opinion, very injury-prone Victor Wembanyama play when Luka Doncic wasn't. And I don't give a fuck that he played in EuroLeague all summer. That was his choice. The important thing, keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is, look, DeAndre Ayton started the preseason with the Lakers, had a very bad game in my opinion to start. In the second game, you saw that dude coming. And then Luka came back, and you're thinking, okay, yeah, when they gel, it's going to be real good. No, Luka came back, and he took a step back, which is natural, right? And the next game he plays with Luka, you're going to see him progress more. But why the fuck are we in the last preseason game and we haven't gotten to that progression point, right? Or that peak point? You see, you're not approaching the game right. You're not approaching the regular season right. You don't value preseason. And, you know, over the course of this preseason, you very rarely heard me talk to players and what they're doing on the court. You haven't heard me speak to that. You hear me speak to the process. And that's what's getting me about the Lakers right now, is I don't understand their process. I don't understand what they value. I don't understand who the fuck they think they are. Not playing some of these players, right? I mean, is it just a coincidence that Luka and Marcus Smart are ready towards the second to last game or the last game of the preseason? Is that just a coincidence? I mean, come on, man. You know? And is it just a coincidence that all the younger players who still got something to prove are ready? You see, you got to see the value in the preseason, and you have to respect who the fuck you're going to go up against in the regular season. It is going to be a dogfight from beginning to end in the Western Conference. And when we get to that point, because it seems like a chronic thing with this team, right? When we get to that point where we're battling for a playoff spot or a play-in spot, hey, man, shut the fuck up and take your comeuppance like you need to take it. Right? Take it like a man. You know, you didn't give a shit going into preseason when you had the opportunity to improve your team just by means of chemistry. You didn't respect it. And so now you find yourself in a spot where regular season's getting ready to start, and the rest of the NBA is not waiting for you. They aren't waiting for you. They're coming right now. Pause. They're coming for you right now. You know, and that's my takeaway. I'm going to be very interested to see what the Lakers do tonight against Sacramento, because it's going to be the tale of the tape. DeAndre Ayton and Luka Doncic should have gelled by now. DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves should have gelled by now, and they haven't. Right? You still see a lot of I go, you go type of offense. You still see a lot of Luka dominating the ball, and the whole freaking offense generates from his domination of the ball. Who's going to get a good shot? What's going to happen? Right? You still see a misunderstanding of the timing and lob throwing between anybody else and DeAndre Ayton. Right? You had a chance to work all those kinks out, and the Lakers didn't really take it. And every time they add a piece, like when they add LeBron, it's going to be a learning curve to that. So, hey, y'all, that's what I take. The Lakers kind of have an antiquated way of approaching the regular season, of approaching the NBA, and I think it's going to manifest itself. I'm not saying the Lakers can't win the championship. I think they got the tools to win the championship, but you have to have the tools and the chemistry. If you don't have the tools and the chemistry, you can't win. That's just what it is, y'all. So anyway, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Please like and subscribe. I'll hit you up again.